I feel like I'm doing a podcast.
Kind of. Yeah, we use the same bot. So I pinged if anyone wants to join. They probably won't. They'll listen to it after. But anyway, I'm just gonna. Oh, I lied. Here's Frost.
Oh, hello, Frost.
So you obviously have some fans. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions about your game, and we'll go from there. So obviously, I can't like reveal any game information since you're gonna be on the jury, but yeah. So this I was gonna say this is your first time being voted out in this game, but it's not. You know, the greed situation. But this is your first time being on the jury in this game. So, but anyway, before we get to that, I'm gonna start with like, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm actually not like too disappointed. Fought my way through this whole game. I was on the bottom most of the merge, and I still managed to survive. Like, I'm proud of the way I played. Going out in fire is kind of like sad, but hey, I still made it to. I was this close to make it to the end.
I mean, I definitely think you should be proud of yourself. Like, obviously, like I said, I can't say anything, but you know, you did make it to fourth place. Like, hey, that's something to be proud of. And you know, there's a chance that you might not have that you might have made it even further if there wasn't fire, like forced fire. So you never know.
Yeah.
And
at least I can say I've been out this game in so many. I've had iconic exits going out in 1 hour shy season in season 4 and going out in fire with this season.
Right. That's so true. Like, you've never gone out in a boring way.
Right.
So I guess like my next question is, you kind of like were all over the place a little bit. Like, that's the best way that I know how to describe it.
Oh, like chaotic?
Yeah, chaotic is a really good word. Did it feel chaotic while you were playing?
No, it just felt fun. I was just being myself.
Okay, so would you describe yourself as chaotic in general?
I am all over the place with like emotions and stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of
I was
emotions,
just trolling most of the time and just here for the fun of it.
Did this game end up being a fun one for you?
Yeah, it did, and I made some good friendships.
That's good.
Wait, what do you mean like by chaotic? Like emotional stuff?
I mean, like, you you flipped sides, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Like in the merge. Am I remembering that wrong?
Oh, yes, I did. I definitely flipped on my alliance with Amelia and Emmy just to work with Roman and Bufus. But it was kind of a necessity as well. Because that minority alliance was falling apart. And Bufus and Roman were running the game. So I did what was best for my game and flipped. And Bufus even ended up playing the idol on me. I think it was best for my game because it ended up being like shields in a way because everybody will always go after them before they go after me. Like if Bufus stayed Final 5, I wouldn't be the one in fire come Final 4. So it was better to keep Bufus and Roman in the game rather than Amelia and Emmy. They were seen as the lesser threat.
Right. Speaking of Bufus playing his idol on you, what was that moment like for you, having someone else play their idol on you?
I felt like the hot stuff. the hot S word. Because I had the first boost before that I was losing allies, Jordan, Quinn, they all went. And it was a very rocky start. And then I felt like I was finally gaining some momentum. And I even voted right that tribal for first time.
Wow. So you're a player who is kind of known for showmancing, and this season was no different. You started off with J-Ro as a showmance, and then you kind of, sort of unofficially got into a showmance with Jordan. So could you let us in on the hot details of those showmances? I don't know why I said it like that.
No, me and Jordan, that's platonic. He is very hot though. Oh my goodness, he's gonna hear this after the season. But
Who, J-Ro or Jordan?
no, Jordan is very hot.
Okay. I mean, it didn't sound platonic based on your confessionals, but that truck agrees with me.
We didn't flirt with no one this season. I actually didn't.
Really?
Yeah, this is.
Didn't you like serenade Jordan?
Yeah, to share him up. And I even did the Gabby edit where I put do you want to play in the sand with me? You know that scene?
That's not flirting?
That is not
Okay. Okay. I mean, if you say
I
so.
do think I hope you invite him back for a future season because I kind of ruined his game by choosing between him and J-Ro, and I did not want to vote J-Ro his tribal, which ended up with him going home, with Jordan going home. So I was like torn between those two quotation showmances.
Okay, so they weren't showmances. Then they were definitely two of your closest game relationships. So could you tell us more about those as game relationships?
J-Ro, actually, we never even worked together. I kept trying to work with him, and I definitely felt like he was keeping me in his back pocket for when he needed to flip on that majority. But he kept lying to me every merge boot. And then Jordan would be like, yeah, don't trust J-Ro. He's a manipulated snake. He's a B-word. Yeah, like that.
Oh, wow. Wait, did they call him that? The B word?
Just some words.
Oh my God.
And then I got warned not to trust J-Ro, but I kept having this hope at the back of my head that he will work with me. He will work with me.
And then what
I
about
voted to keep him on
Jordan?
his way out.
Oh, wait, what?
I voted to keep him on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like keeping me on the stream, like tugging me along, not actually trying to work with me. Whereas Jordan really had my back, ride or die, to the end.
Right. And so would you describe you and Jordan as like a duo?
Yeah.
Do you think that people were aware that you and him were a duo, or do you think that people didn't know?
I'm not sure. I went the extra mile to lie about certain things to hide that we were duo.
Can you give us examples?
I told Quinn that, my alliance got leaked in Tree Mail? I told Quinn for no reason at all. I told Quinn that the alliance was the All Stars Alliance. It was the same people like Bufus, Roman, and J-Ro were in that alliance. But I lied about the fourth member being Bufus instead of Jordan, just in case my game fell apart and I was the one to be the boot. Like Jordan wouldn't get any backlash for that alliance or look like he was in any alliances with me.
Mm-hmm. And
also, I did do something stupid when we first swapped. I told J-Ro as soon as we swapped, I'm not voting Jordan on that Clodo tribe one.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably obvious because Roman said to Jordan right after we lost the immunity challenge. I mean, not after we won the immunity challenge. She was like, "Oh, wait, did I say J or Jordan? I keep confusing the J names."
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm probably babbling right now, but anyways. After we won that Indy challenge on the Colo Tribe, I forgot which one, but she was like, "I'm glad we won because we would have to go on the fire between each other." She said that to Jordan, and then Jordan relayed that back to me. So they knew we were working together, and probably knew that I was going to keep Jordan if that tribe had gone to the tribal.
Okay. So, like, how did you and Jordan get so close to begin with?
We VC'd. We actually ended up having like around 8 to 9K DMs by the time he was voted out.
Wow.
We got
Okay.
the exact number. It was around that range.
Wow.
And then I would send him like voice recordings and I even sent him a voice recording of me talking Greek, and then he sent one back. I learned Greek just for him.
Can you show us a little bit? Like, speak a little Greek?
No.
Oh, please! Frost wants to hear it.
It's not good. He clowned me. He said it was just adorable, but it was funny because I wasn't pronouncing it right.
Oh no.
I'm not a simp though. I'm not a simp.
Debatable. But
Hey, can we delete some of this clips?
I'm gonna ask him specifically to listen to this.
Oh my goodness.
We can move on from that though. If you had stayed in the game and beat Roman and Fire, who did you want to take to the end?
I wanted to take. Roman kept DMing me too. He said, if you lose this fire, you should probably take Emmy. You have a better case against Emmy.
Who said that?
Roman said to me, she said, like, if I make it out of this fire, that I should probably take Emmy with me.
Okay. Did you agree with Roman?
I thought Emmy had quite a few supporters on the jury, like Amelia Quinn. And I feel like they would have been mad at me for flipping, so they definitely would have gave Emmy those votes. I know I had Jordan's vote in lock, and then J-Ro, maybe I could have had his vote. Boofus, I would have had his vote if I was against Emmy. I think I had a good shot against Emmy, unless people were bitter at me for flipping.
Okay. What about against Joaquin?
Joaquin has voted. He's played a pretty good game. People underestimated him. He's voted in the majority, like all of merge except for one. We don't count the Rock tribal, and it's the tribal that I got idol.
Oh, okay.
Unlike me, I haven't voted. Did you know I didn't vote any of the jury members off except for Patrick?
I did not. I've been bad about keeping up with this season, to be honest.
Like, I literally haven't voted a jury member off except for Patrick. That's only because I got idol that tribal. I was always voting in the minority. Boofus tribal, final 5. It was 3-2.
Wow. Okay.
So, I guess that's kind of good jury management though, because I didn't vote you off.
So, like, if you had gotten to the end, like, what would your case be?
That can be seen as a weakness too. Like, you weren't included in most of the plans, but it also can be turned as a good thing. I didn't. I still was able to vote in the minority each time and still survive.
Okay.
I wasn't a goat.
Now, what would your path have been to get to the end? Like, how would you have made it to F2?
Why was it an F2 and not an F3?
That is not something that I can answer.
Oh man. Like, what do you mean make it to final tribal council?
Like, yeah, I probably should have said at final tribal council instead of F2, but like, how do you think you would have gotten there? Would you have comped out? Like, would you have worked with certain people? Like, what was your plan? If you had one.
Once I started working with Boofus, he promised me a final 2 deal. And that he promised a final 3 with me, him, and Joaquin. And I knew either way, if Joaquin and me and Boofus were in the final 3, I get taken to FTC.
Okay. Did you think that? Oh, sorry.
Boofus, and then Boofus promised to take me. And if I won, I was going to obviously take myself, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Did you think that you would win against Boofus?
Oh, heck no.
Okay.
But I just wanted to get there.
Right, okay. Would you have taken Boofus if you had won at F3?
I would have felt really bad about voting him off.
Okay.
I don't know. I would have been conflicted. I might have taken him because taken, is that a word?
Taken.
Oh, I might have taken him because he saved me, and I would have been real like crappy to vote to back on him. I mean, I was chaotic, but I wasn't that messy.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, because like it was like very obvious that you were loyal to those who treated you well this season.
Yeah.
So much so that I don't want to like bring this up if it's like a touchy subject for you, but we noticed that during like the tribal that you went out, you know, you had a moment where you wanted to leave the game. So I was wondering if you could talk about like your feelings during that moment and what was going through your head.
It was a combination of game things and in real life, but I could talk about the game stuff. The game stuff, I felt like everyone was like against me, like mad at, oh, like Uni's the villain of the season because he flipped. But I had the flip to survive. I was constantly on the bottom, and at Final 7, I was considered, people called me a threat at Final 7, and they didn't see a million enemies as a threat, so I needed to flip at that moment. I didn't consider myself a threat at that moment either, but whatever. But what was I about to say? I thought like everyone hated me, and that's not what I want to take away from this experience. I don't want to be like the most hated person or stuff. Because even, oh my goodness, Quinn pinged me in another org in her confessionals and said, I learned a lot from you, Uni, especially about how to be a flipper. Doesn't that just sound shady?
Yeah.
Like, why is everyone mad at me for flipping?
Right.
I was just playing the game.
What I noticed about this season is that it felt very personal. Okay, so you felt it too.
Yes.
Do you have
I know,
any
like, people got into arguments and stuff.
Right.
Like, I remember Amelia and J-Ro got into a very personal argument. One which I wasn't arguing with them, but I was centered around that. Because I had cried in the VC to J-Ro, and then he spread that to the whole tribe. And then Amelia, it got back to Amelia, and then he went at it. It just got very personal for no reason.
Right. It's really unfortunate that is like what happened, that like there was a lot of personal stuff brought into this game, you know?
Exactly.
Do you have any theories as to why this season might have been so personal?
That's a good question. I really don't know. Maybe the personalities.
I know.
Didn't clash well?
That could be it.
Or the return you No, I wouldn't say that either. No.
I know, I
They're
was
not,
thinking maybe it was the returnees too, but it wasn't just like the returnees who got personal. So I don't know.
yeah, a lot of these newbies probably would have done better on the cast without some of these returnees,
Hmm.
including myself. When
Why?
I say some of these returnees,
Why do you include yourself?
I think I hurt some of these some of the new players' games.
Oh, okay. Like in what way?
Like Amelia getting her rocked out, and then Jordan letting him go home, not voting a different target.
Hmm. I mean, did you know that he was getting a vote?
No, I actually didn't. I didn't think they would do a 4-1. Like, why would they even split like that? That was crazy. You gotta admit, these merge battles were like something else. They were pretty entertaining.
Oh yeah, I mean, this was a wild merge. Like from what I've seen of it, it was like insane. I've seen bits and pieces, and it's like, what the heck is going on? Like, oh my god.
Exactly. It was like we even got rocks. Well, I broke the villain by curse. I was the first person in the rocks.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, like Uni's going home. She's the first one to get a rock, and lo and behold, you survived. So congratulations. That's going in the trivia sheet for sure once that gets made.
I was looking at the spreadsheets for past seasons because I was like, oh yeah, I probably can beat this final immunity challenge.
What do you think the final immunity challenge is?
I saw this one where you have to, it's boxes and then you have to match the castaways next to it. You know what
Oh,
I'm talking about? It's like a description.
yeah. We've done that before. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it too.
Yeah, but a couple more questions. So, what was your favorite moment in the game?
That's a good question.
Mhm.
I like the rocks because that was intense. And you know, I love chaos.
Right. What
And
about
then the arguments that was happening in that tribal, not the argument, but like the game stuff that was like getting revealed
yeah,
in
yeah,
that tribal chat. I was
yeah.
like, oops,
Everyone was just laying it out. That's for sure.
for real. Oh, and then a more positive one. Not to simp, but any VC I had like with Jordan, especially when we got the merge, when he got the merge clue, and we spent hours searching through the server and searching through spreadsheets when all the clue was literally what it said. It said 7, 12, 13, 12, 11, 10 would no longer rely on tribes again. It was an obvious clue. They kept telling him it's probably we're gonna merge next, and he was like, "No, Uni, you must look." And it was just nice to spend time with him on the call, but we wasted an hour looking when the clue was obvious.
At least you got to spend time with him, you know.
Yeah.
What about your least favorite moment in the game?
Oh, my least favorite moment is that rotation puzzle that I had to do for fire. Don't do that again. This is my fault because I always clown Sun. I make fun of him for losing to average in fire.
Oh, so now it's your turn to get made fun of.
Yeah.
Okay, final question is if you could give one word to each player left in the game, what would it be?
Roman. I want to give her a simple word, but girl boss, because she is literally eating. She's been on top all merge, all game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her girl boss. Girl boss. Joaquin, Patrick,
yeah. Patrick, yeah.
Excuse me, sorry. Did you hear my sister?
I did, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I want to give them good words, not basic words, but I'm gonna give them basic words. He's a unicorn. Yeah, he gets the magical unicorn title.
Okay.
He's one of a kind. And then Emmy, underdog.
What?
Underdog.
Underdog. Okay. Those are good words. And I lied. That wasn't the last question because I remembered one more question. Who, as of right now, who would you vote to win, and who would you like to see as the last member of the jury?
Order of my votes right now is Roman first. But even no matter who she's against right now. If she's against Joaquin, she has my vote. If she's against Emmy, she has my vote. Next in order would be Joaquin to have my vote, and then third would be Emmy. Not that I'm saying Emmy played bad, it just I would be willing to vote Emmy if Emmy has like a really good speech. But the other two have had more like control over their games.
Right.
I do love the underdog though. I don't know if I want to see anyone next. I don't want to wish bad on them.
I know it sounds bad, but like, okay, yeah, like the way you did it is fine. That's fine. Okay, and that is all the questions that I have. Is there anything that you wanted to say before you go?
Did I do bad for my third time?
No, not at all. I think you did better than your second time.
Yeah.
And
of course.
It's hard to say if you did better than your first time because the season 1 wasn't like even a season, you know? Like,
exactly. And we didn't even have a jury, so
right, there were like 2 people, right? Like so yeah, no, there were literally 2 jurors because one voted for you, one voted for Jack, and Michael Cat broke the tie. Like,
exactly.
that's so funny. Though you did good. You did good.
Thank you. This is actually gonna be my last orc, so
ever?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Are you like leaving the whole community?
No, of course I'm gonna be active in the Vilified Respect Lounge and in the game night chat.
Okay, I was
this
gonna
is
say,
the last
like,
percent of me.
oh my gosh, I'm so honored that you decided to play ours as your last one. Thank you. I'm sad, obviously, to see you stop playing, but you know, do what you gotta do. So.
Someone else, Sarah. Are you all Sarah?
No, everyone always asks me that. I have my windows open.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm so glad that you got I mean, like, I didn't like pick you for the season, but I'm glad that you got voted on. You know, you are the only person who's played 3 times.
Yep.
Yeah. That's amazing. And I mean, as of now, like, I mean, you could come back for All Stars and be the only person who's played 4 times. I'm just saying.
Wait, will All Stars be a voting or like you pick?
No, like we'll pick. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever do the voting again because that was very controversial.
Yeah.
People did not like that system. So yeah, probably not a good idea. Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna send you the feedback form. If you could fill that out. Once you do, I'll give you jury perms and you'll get to go catch up with everyone there.
Oh, sweet.
Especially the love of your life, Jordan. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. I'm sending it right now and pinging you. Let me stop this bot.